Hello and welcome back to the Fluffy Bubble. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this fun DIY birthday cake lip scrub. It's got a really great texture, so it's easy to use, it's easy to make, and it's technically edible even though don't eat it. But you see all the ingredients you're going to need here. Everything will be listed and linked below, including all of my equipment. I'm starting out with my lab scale and my beaker, but these two kitchen scales are very inexpensive and they work great as well. Everything is cleaned and sanitized with 70% isopropyl alcohol, including my workspace. I'm starting with stearic acid, and these containers are awesome that I have my stearic acid in, and I'll have those linked below as well. By the way, if you want to DIY this formula, it is linked in the description box. Now I'm going to add shea butter, and then after the shea butter I am adding mango butter. These are the only two butters that I'm using in this formula, but of course you can substitute them out, use different butters, or add more butters if you would like. Now I'm adding our fractionated coconut oil, which I like because it does stay liquid, so I will have the same consistency. But if you want to use regular coconut oil, you can. Last, I am adding my castor oil, and then I'm going to cover this tightly with foil and then get it on a double boiler. Now I'm using castor oil because it is kind of tacky and it helps to leave kind of an oily residue on your lips after you use it, so it feels like your lips are really moisturized, which is why I love this formula so much. Anyway, I have my wide pan filled with about ½ an inch of water over my electric stovetop or cooktop. You can also use your kitchen stovetop if you want, and just heat everything until it's melted. Once it's melted, remove it from the heat and just allow it to cool below 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's just before you add your vitamin E. If you add vitamin E when it's hotter than 104 degrees, you basically render it useless, and the vitamin E does help to keep the oils and butters fresher longer. Checking the temperature, it's still way too hot, about 188 degrees, so I'm just going to cover this back up and allow it to cool. Okay, we're now below 104 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's time to add our vitamin E and flavor oil. I forgot to add the flavor oil at this point, but you should add it here when you make this formula, but you're going to see me add the flavor oil in a little bit later. I decided to put this in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes to let it completely cool, and then here I am adding my flavor oil since I skipped it before. Once I have all the flavor oil in, I'm going to mix well to incorporate. You can see the texture is still flowy. It's still a liquid, but it's thickened up a lot since it has completely cooled. While the mixture was cooling in the refrigerator, you could have sifted your sugar then. I didn't, so I'm going to cover this up and set it aside so that I can get the sugar ready now. At this point, sift your sugar into a clean and sanitized bowl through a sieve or sifter, and this is just going to get rid of any clumps and allow the scrub to deliver nice, even exfoliation on your lips, and it gives a better skin feel. Add the sugar to the scrub base. I'm adding it all at once. This is a really small batch. You can normally add it all at once, but you might want to add about half with larger batches and mix between additions. Everything's added at this point, so I'm showing you the final texture. I am going to let this sit overnight just at room temperature, so I'm covering it up. It didn't thicken a whole lot, so you could skip this step, but the next day I am just going to uncover it, give it a mix, and then add my nonpareil sprinkles. Adding sprinkles is totally optional. I'm using nonpareil sprinkles since they're small and won't disrupt the gentle sugar exfoliation on your lips. After mixing the sprinkles in, it's time to add the lip scrub to our jars. I'm going to be piping it in. You could also scoop it in with a mini cookie scoop or disher if you prefer to do that. Alright guys, that's all there is to it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget you can find the formula in the description box. I also have the 5 jars that I made in this video. The 6th one I'm keeping, but the other 5 are available on my website, thefluffybubble.com. Thanks so much for watching guys. Have a great day.